Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a few questions for the sponsor, if she would be so kind as to answer a couple of things, and actually a couple of comments on the front end. First off is whenever we put a mandate on medical insurance, we make medical insurance more expensive, and I was grateful that the sponsor did acknowledge that. I believe she used the term 1 to 7%. So first off, do the math as to what that's going to do for people being able to afford medical insurance or not. That's a problem that we have whenever we come down here and say, but shouldn't we require this or require that? Well, the cold, hard reality is every time you require something additional to medical insurance, you drive people out of the medical insurance market. So it may be an unintended consequence, but it is an obvious, a self-evident consequence. And for that reason, I'm concerned over the bill. But I'm concerned over another point, too, and that is the bill seems to make a distinction between contraceptive, counseling, drugs, and devices, and abortion procedures or services. I'm trying to find out, and maybe the sponsor would like to respond right now, and we'll
Madam Chair,
Senator Foster.
I want to make this perfectly clear. There is nothing in this bill allowing abortion, supporting abortion, or anything like that. This is not an abortion bill.
Senator Lundberg.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and to the sponsor, I was actually acknowledging that that's what I see written in here, but what I want to know is where the line is drawn between the two, because there are some who consider some contraceptive devices and drugs to be, in fact, abortifacients. And I'm wanting to know what your understanding of that is. Within this respect, if this bill is truly meant to honor those who morally consider it repugnant to for the state to require anything that would be an abortifacient, does this bill do that? Specifically, IUDs and morning after pills, does this bill require those devices and drugs to be covered, or does it not? And that is my question.
Senator Boyd.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll answer Senator Lundberg's question. The definition of contraceptive or contraception in law says contraception means medically acceptable drug, device, or procedure used to prevent pregnancy. When you talk about abortifacients, those are not used to prevent pregnancy. They're used to end a pregnancy. Contraception prevents it from happening in the first place. So by definition, abortifacients are not covered in this word or in this bill.
Senator Lundberg.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Senator Boyd, for that description of Colorado's law. For the body's information, you need to know what the word contraception or pregnancy means. Pregnancy means, by Colorado law, it means that point at which the unborn child is implanted in the uterine wall. And that is a point several days after the biological beginning of that person. And the problem we have, and I'm just explaining it, you need to know, people are confused on this matter all the time. This bill says that the medical policies will be required to provide contraceptives as per Colorado law, which does include some devices and drugs that are abortifacient if you consider the unborn child to have biologically begun in the 3 to 5 or 6 days before implantation in the uterine wall. That may sound like a little technical detail, but it is a moral repugnance to many people that Colorado law would, one, require that this insurance coverage be mandated. Bit of a redundancy there. But secondly, that Colorado law even defines pregnancy in such a way. And it is for those reasons, plus the fact that this bill is in fact another mandate driving prices up for all, that I would urge a no vote.